Okay, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Comic.Q came out. I'll do that like around 11 p.m. or so. Watch it and do a review on it. But right now I figured I'd do Taizai. Sense. This chapter. What happened in the end? Like seriously, the ending was like... I had a feeling though that was going to happen. I don't know if that specific thing was going to happen, but I knew something was going to happen because of the way this chapter started. Now, Nanatsu no Taizai, Seven Deadly Sins, chapter 85. This one was called... What was this called? I believe it was called something specific. Beginning of the Party. Now, we have Gira, and Jericho's waking up. And she says she was going to kill Gira, and her brother's there. My brother, what the hell happened? What happened in the battle with the Seven Deadly Sins? And Jericho was being, in this chapter, I'm sorry, she was being a bitch. Like, true shit. She was being a bitch. And I hate to be mean, but not for Gira, but for Jericho. She got what came to her at the end of this chapter. Yeah. This is what happens. You want power? Here are the consequences. Because basically we have her, saying that, we were defeated. Jira's basically telling Jericho we were defeated by the sins, and so on and so forth. And that Dreyfus confessed that he was the one who kicked the Great Holy Knight 10 years ago. And Jericho's like, what are you kidding me? What kind of joke is this? You were experimented on for Hendrickson's ambitions. He took advantage of your strength. And so she's like, what? I don't get it. About why you drank the demon blood. He's like, I drank it. I wanted to protect my brother's zeal, so on and so forth. And while the demon blood gave me strength, it will surround me in my human heart. Before then, I didn't like fighting others or seeing blood, and so on and so forth. And she didn't bother her. And then Jericho's like, I regret nothing. It doesn't matter wherever the strength came from myself or from somewhere else's power is power. I'm going to defeat the seven deadly sins, make a name for myself, and rank higher than my holy knight, over a higher rank holy knight than my brother, and make him take everything he said about, saying that a woman you can't become a holy knight because you're a woman. And I'm like, then you deserve what you got. She was acting like that, and she's like, what am I supposed to do now? Jericho's saying and everything. And basically, we also have the king, and Dornroar's asking the king what they're going to do for Dreyfus. And we'll pass judgment on later. Right now, we'll lock him in an underground area. And then we see that the king is coughing blood. And something's going on there. I don't think it means anything. Merlin says that he's severely weakened. Let us take him back to Camelot right away, and I'll give him treatment. And then Merlin's also saying to Elizabeth, I'll do everything in my power to save him. So Arthur and Merlin are going to go back to Camelot to help him. And also in this chapter, Arthur's asking Meliodas, come with me to Camelot, be part of his, be a knight for him, and, consider lending me your strength to Camelot's great holy city. And Meliodas says, sure. Yeah. It was very weird. He says, sure, fine with a criminal like me. And then we see Elizabeth's face, and she's, like, upset, obviously, that he's going to leave. But it wasn't like a serious thing. And then Meliodas is saying he's already saying to the Seven Deadly Sins, You already have guys here who are more capable to qualify in my place. Then let's be on our way when I feel up to it, he says. He's like, when we still have to, we have to do so many things, pretty much restoring the city and everything. And he's like, Merlin's like, oh, looks like you dodged that well. You know, it's like, and he asks Merlin, like, will you join, are you going to join us now? Merlin, so deadly sins. And she's like, when I feel up to it. So it's like a, kind of a funny moment there. And then Diane's basically saying, well, that's when we finally reunited. She's certainly not wet. It's so dry, she's certainly not wet. And pretty much, he forgets to ask Merlin what happened 10 years ago as well. And then after that, Elizabeth's saying something to Meliodas about, will you really leave me some? And then out of nowhere, boom! The castle gets attacked. Out of nowhere. Like, literally. Just slice and the building comes down. And what we have is... And everyone gets torn asunder. Dreyfus, Hauser, Meliodas, Guild Thunder. Everybody's like going which way. King's holding up Diane. And her boobs are like coming out and shit. He's like, it's the 7 deadly sins. No, it was me. And you just see Hendrickson. He's like, now let's get this fun show on the road. And now what he did in this chapter, Hendrickson, pretty much what he did. He somehow, was able to bring forth demons out of everyone. Now, this caught me by surprise. I didn't know exactly what he did, but he basically said these words, memeza, nemeza, nomeza, and he kisses this ring, and then he's like, these guys are going to him, he's like, oh, I'm serious, what are you doing this to this castle, and so on and so forth, we'll kill you, we'll end you, blah, blah, blah. Could you, and then one guy's saying, could you possibly be Great Holy Knight Hendrickson? What happened in the Battle of the 7 Deadly Sins? And then he just says, awaken blood. And he's like, Sir, Great Holy Knight, please forgive our insolences. And then out of nowhere, the guy who got told by Hendrickson, awaken blood, starts getting really huge. And like and another guy gets eaten, and I'm like, yo, out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but gets eaten by the guy who got transformed. Like, what is this monster? What's going on here? And we got at the same time Elizabeth getting helped down from a rock by Meliodas, and then we see Jericho and Gira in pain, and so what basically happened is that the ring that Hendrickson had on his hand, and the words he said, obviously gives him, he apparently is able to control or gives power to the demon blood. So everyone, I'm guessing those holy knights drank the demon blood at some point, or was exposed to it, or something along those lines. Because Jericho, the one who's well, guess what? Now you're in pain, and now you can turn into a demon. Great job. Great job. That's all I have to say about that. Because she's in pain, she's in agony. It's like, Jericho, pull yourself together. Their pain isn't normal. Gira's in pain. And King saying basically some pitch black power is surging from within them. They were the new generation, weren't they? This isn't good. It's the same transformation that happened to me. Their demon blood is running out of control. And it says, echoes of sinister laughter, the crumbling capital, the hour of despair begins now. So, essentially what's happening is that this same thing is going to happen to Jericho, and Gira. You see Gira's in pain, Jericho's in pain. Jericho more because, like, you know, she shouldn't have, you know, they shouldn't have drank that blood. Like seriously. It's really bad to do that. But that's basically what happened. You see that last page where all the demons are like going out. And it's pandemonium. It's just like Jesus Christ. It's just, you know, just demons get transformed and grotesque and they're eating people. And it just says on the very bottom of that page, chapter next to be continued in chapter 86, imminent threat. So, what I think might happen, I don't know if we're still waiting on Bond. I don't know what's taking Bond so long. We still haven't seen him since he encountered that thing in the castle with Hawk. We still haven't seen him, but I'm thinking he's going to make a huge role, massive role, in the story right now when he comes into play again. But this is just massive. Pretty much now, Hendrickson awakened all the demon blood that were in those individuals. Those individuals that drank the demon blood, I'm presuming, are now going to be turned into demons, and they're going to start just killing people. This is going to be massive. This is just going to be a huge what the fuck. So for this chapter, I'm going to give this, fuck it, I'll give it 5 out of 5. Fuck it. Because this was, that was massive. I mean, I had a feeling, like I said, I had a feeling this was going to happen. Because we saw Jericho in the beginning. And talking to, you know, Gira about, you know, reason of drinking the demon blood and all that jazz. So you had a feeling that there was some connection there between them. So, yeah, give or take. But this was a good chapter. Next week's going to be, holy shit, I can only imagine. I mean, they still got a lot of people there because Gil Thunder's not affected. The only ones that are affected by this are Gira and Jericho that are among them. They're the ones that are affected by it. The other ones aren't. And seemingly, I'm guessing the final battle here is probably going to be meliodas against Hendrickson. Because those two seemingly have a connection with the demon blood to a certain extent, and will probably going to be the ones that are going to assault in against each other. So that should be looking interesting. And then another thing is meliodas left. I mean, not meliodas. Merlin, she left with Arthur. So can only imagine. You know, should be very interesting how they sort this out for next week. We'll see. But until then, Bonkai 922. Tell me what you guys think about this chapter. I mean, last week ended with Hendrickson coming back, but just activating the demon blood like that, and just that was, I have to say, that was, I'm not going to say it's exactly on some berserk shit, but that page was very impressive. That was very impressive. I mean, you're talking about demons. I mean, I don't know if there's been any shonen manga that's ever done anything like this with demons, but Taizai's doing a pretty good job with it. I like it. It's awesome shit. So yeah, great stuff. I'm Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Yeah. Later on, I'll do a Kami Ga Kill. It's going to go in depth. It's going to go in depth. I'll see you guys later.